Teaching Pronunciation by Ambar Miranda Becerra. The first thing that we are going to talk about is the intonation. In a standard English accent, the signal to end a conversation is to end the utterance on a falling tone, suggesting that there is no more to say. Imagine if, having given someone a birthday present, they respond with a thank you which rose on the second syllable, as if it were a business transaction. No matter how tolerant you were, it would be difficult to accept such a faux pas, given the rules of English intonation. Then we have tone and pitch. We can say that the prosodic features of pitch, loudness, and length are particularly important. They work together in giving certain syllables prominence over others. Unsurprisingly, intonation is often called speech melody because it has different tones, and it is important in linguistics to distinguish between tonal and intonational languages. Then we have the tone unit. The first one is the emotional expression of attitudinal meaning. The second one is the grammatical, marking of grammatical contrasts, for example, between questions and statements. The third one is information structure, marking of the distinction between what is already known and what is new. Then we have textual, marking of the structure of larger stretches of discourse, such as the distinctive melodic shape that characterizes different paragraphs in a news reading. Psychological, organization of discourse into units that are more easily perceived or memorized, like our tendency to arrange telephone numbers into rhythmic chunks. And the last one is indexical, makers of personal identity or group membership. For example, certain groups have distinctive ways of intoning, such as preachers, sports commentators, street vendors, etc. Then we have the pronunciation rules of the regular verbs in past tense. The first rule is if the verb ends in T or D, the past simple ending is pronounced RE. For example, wanted and ended. The second rule, if the verb ends in a voiceless sound such as P, F, S, Ch, or K, the past simple ending is pronounced T. For example, stopped and washed. If the verb ends in another voice sound, the past simple ending is pronounced D. For example, play and allowed. This is the last rule. There are three different ways to pronounce the ed ending of regular verbs in the simple past tense. We have id, t, or d. The pronunciation depends on the sound at the end of the infinitive of the main verb and whether if it's voice or unvoiceless. id infinitives that end in the sounds t or d. They are pronounced as needed, hated, dated, seated, and invited. D. Infinitives that end in a voice sound. For example, live, chill, enjoyed, tried, call, breathed, and played. T. Infinitives that end in an unvoiced sound, as shopped, picked, wished, crunched, missed, and kissed. The students will know how to pronounce the past simple regular verbs end in ed, and there are three different ways of pronouncing these two letters with the sounds id, t, and d, according to Seals Morsha and Ambar. So this is it for this presentation. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you have doubts that we answered that. Thank you.